Hi YouTube. I'm back. I had a long day at work today. I just got home. I decided to save my message for when I got home because I have a lot I want to share with you guys. Today I just want to talk about forgiveness and what it means to me. And just to get started, I'm gonna go ahead and read these Bible verses that stood out to me among most of the Bible verses. When it came to forgiveness and why I should forgive as a person, besides all the facts that I could think of that were kind of selfish for me, but outside of that, I'm gonna start off with Mark. Mark. Let's start off with okay. Let's go to Mark 23. Okay. For verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. And when ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses. But if ye do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses. Okay, and that was basically Mark chapter 11 verses 23 to 26. Forgiveness. Okay. I didn't always have forgiveness in me. To be honest, I didn't have it for 21 years of my life. I think I was more of the thought that I didn't really know I needed to forgive, because I thought I forgave because I'm like, okay, I forgive you, but I'm going to think about it and I'm going to remember it. So everything that you do, I'm going to hold it against you because I remember it, because I didn't really forgive, but I thought I forgive. You're kind of unaware of the situation, or you know it, but you don't think other people know it. You don't think it shows through you. Different signs of not being forgiving. Basically, like I said, shooting a text message, calling someone, saying, I forgive you for what you did, but in my mind, you keep thinking about it over and over, and every time they do one little incident, you think, oh, but you did this, and this, and little do we know, it's paralyzing us inside, and it has no effect on no one but us. We're the only ones that's gonna go through the situation. We're the only ones that's gonna feel the pain. Oh, I didn't forgive her. She's hurting. No, she's not hurting. He's not hurting. They're not hurting, but you're hurting. I was a very happy person, and then I was a very angry person. I was happy the most, I think, growing up as a child was when I was with my godparents. My godmother, she was my void away from home. She helped me deal with a lot of different situations. She was the reason I smiled and I was happy. She spoiled me rotten. I got everything in the world that I can ever imagine and that I can ever want for. And I think she's part of the reason that my love for others is so strong, besides God putting that light in me. But let me get started. I'm sitting on my knees because I'm a little short. But at 18, I went off to college. My mom came down to help me go off to college. When she left a letter. And in that letter, she told me she loved me. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to take it. And I just read it and threw it off to the side because I felt like I didn't love her, because I didn't know at that time that she was doing the best that she can do, the best that she knew what to do. And there was just different incidents that led up to that. As a child, I grew up in an unstable home. I dealt with a mother and a stepdad. My mom had 4 kids. She was very more than likely a single mom, doing it on her own. Then I had a stepdad who came in, and my mind said, hey, I got a father. But I dealt with a lot of unfortunate situations from, just abuse and lies and not feeling wanted and not feeling like I was appreciated. So it led me to have a lot of pain inside me. So when I found someone who actually loved me and I felt really, really loved me and really, really appreciated me because they showed me love, I thought, hey, they really love me. I don't have to deal with those people because I can shut them out. So that gets to the point of my forgiveness. I'm one of those people that when you make me angry, you make me mad. Instead of arguing or any confrontation, my first steps are to shut you out. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. My patience with that is zero, because that's how I grew up. I grew up not asking for things. I grew up not asking, not wanting. I grew up not telling my siblings I love them, not telling my mom I love her. I grew up, in the morning, a new day. I grew up with me feeling so alone and to myself. As a young age, I dealt with my stepfather, whom I love so much, and I grew to love him more and respect him more now that I'm older. Basically, him and my mom, they used to go through it a lot. They used to have a lot of confrontations, and they didn't see eye to eye, so I grew up looking and viewing at a guy who says he loves us, but yet you're abusing my mom, you're hurting my mom, you're hurting us. You're stepping out when you want to, you're coming in when you want to. I'm a child, I know how to deal with this. In an urban community, you think, oh, that's life. At 18 years old, I went to college. My mom wrote me the letter. I told you guys about that already. And I threw the letter off to the side. About months down the road, I can say about spring semester, I decided, I don't like how she treated me. I don't like dealing with the situation. Growing up, seeing my friends with their moms all buddy-buddy, and me having to go to my godmother to feel buddy-buddy, to feel that love, to feel that void. And in my mind, it misconstrued the way I thought because I treated my godmother as my mom because to me, she's my mom. And I wrote my mom a letter and I expressed to her, how you hurt me, what you did, how you did it. This is why I never told you I love you. And from this day forward, if you say anything I don't like, I will not answer your phone calls. I will not talk to you because at this point in my life, I don't want to have this feeling in me anymore because I felt like I was surrounded by people who really loved me and she didn't know how to. So don't tell me you love me and you never showed me it. Okay, so she wrote me back and she told me, okay. And that was basically all her letter said was okay. And I didn't understand it. I went months without talking to my mom. And then I later on found out she loved me the best way she knew how because that's all she knew. I never took the time out to say, Mom, how was your childhood? How was your mom and dad? How was your relationship with everyone? How did you grow up? Why are you the way you are? So basically, me and my mom started working on our relationship when I was about 18, 19. It was kind of funny, shaky relationship. To this day, we're really, really good. I visit her all the time. She gets on my nerves sometimes, but I go home. But my stepfather, when I got 18 years of age, I completely stopped all communication with him because I felt like he wasn't needed in my life. I felt like he wasn't the man that I wanted in my life, and I felt like he hurt us. And he knew he was hurting us, but yet he did it anyway. So about, that long. My stepfather was incarcerated about 10 years ago. He gets out this year. Thank God for that. He's become an awesome man of God. But I completely cut him off. Forgot all letters. Didn't want to talk to him. Whatever. You're not my dad. I don't care. You didn't birth me. Okay, so I ended up coming back home at 21, and I ended up going to church again, fellowship again. I already had my religion, but I didn't have my relationship. I didn't know how to feel the Holy Ghost. I didn't know how to take God for who he was. I didn't know how to understand what God was doing in my life. I can say about February this year, 2013, I went to church and this young guy preached an awesome message about forgiveness and about family, dad relationships, mom's relationship, bettering your relationship and it made me think about my life. And at first, I was trying to hold it all in, like, God, you aren't talking to me. Why are you pointing me out? I'm perfectly fine. And I realized that God was basically calling me to him, because you already brought me home, God. You already cut some people out of my life. What are you doing? I don't understand. I have a relationship with you. What else do you want from me? I went on that altar call, and I went to the front, and I just asked God to just forgive me for not forgiving others. And I was very scared. I didn't understand what was going on. For the first time in my life, I felt just a covering over me that was just so strong. I just felt like extra hot and just extra happy. And I said, I know what I have to do. Okay? I thought about it months. Should I text him? I mean, not should I text him. Should I write him? No. Should I go see him? No. The perfect time will come. I'm moving on with my life. It'll come. I'll forgive. So God is working with me. He's working with me. He's, moving me to the next level in life. And I'm getting greater and I'm getting greater. And I realized, Janika, you still got something to do. You need to forgive him. I was driving one day and I got a phone call, and it was my stepfather. He called. He said, hey, I was waiting on the perfect time. I was waiting on God to speak to me about this situation. But I would love it if you would come see me. I haven't seen you in 4 years, and I feel like you cut me off. And I know the reason why. But I want you to understand that I didn't know any better. I didn't have God in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I was reacting to whatever I received. So I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I've been praying about this situation a long time. I told him, when you get out, I'm going to bring you over to my church. I'm going to let you experience my church, because I feel like it's a very, very good environment. And it helped me lead to forgive you. I told him, yeah, you're right. For a long time, I couldn't forgive you. I felt like you were hurting me and you didn't know why. And you knew why you were hurting me. But I didn't know you didn't know, if you get what I'm trying to say. But I began to just tell him, you know what? Don't explain yourself to me. I'm not God. I forgive you. I let it all go. I don't want to hear those stories from the past, because it's all gone. I ask God to renew my mind, renew my spirit, and renew my heart, so that I would be able to love others and, understand that there's a different relationship with guys. And you will know that you're worthy of a guy, because you know how love should really be. So I was like, no, don't tell me. I forgive you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to explain anything to me. What are you doing this weekend? I'll come see you this weekend. He told me about how he was in a halfway house. He was on his way out or whatever. And I just, started telling him, he said, so what led you up to forgive me? I said, to be honest, it was nothing but God. It was nothing but God who touched me in my heart. Because when I pray for things like wisdom, courage, power. I pray for God to send me a nation. I pray for understanding. I pray for love. I pray for care for others. I pray for a better mentality. I pray for just everything as a whole. I never pray for material things, money, cars, clothes. No, that stuff will come. I'm perfectly fine. I'm clothed, don't you see? But I prayed, and God, I couldn't hear him speak back. And I even had to ask the young guy, how do you know when God is talking to you? Because I want to know when God is talking to me, because I want to respond. I want to know what God has in store with me, because I want to become greater. And, he told me, read the Bible, study the word, and you'll know when your time is here. You'll know, because God has a calling for everyone's life. So I basically wanted to know the calling for my life. I knew I had a passion for kids, other people's kids, but I knew I love kids, and I knew I love being around people. I love people seeing them smile. I love to see people eat. I love to see people have everything in the world that they ever wanted, and I love to see people under God's control. So I started praying, God, I don't know what I want to do in life right now. I'm 22 years old, and I'm basically a college dropout. I had such and such credits. I could have been graduating, but I let things distract me. So now I'm stuck where I am, God. But I plan on going back next semester. God said, no. You're going to stay right here, and you're going to read this. You're going to live by this. And when you're ready, I'm going to send you to where you need to go. Huh? No, I'm going back to school this year. These are the conversations me and God have. I talk to him like he's my father, or like he's someone close that he hears me. And